I don't know whether you've seen the wonderful TV series Plebs, but there's a character in it called Flavia, who is certainly in series 1 and 2, is the boss of Marcus and I forget the fellow and she also has the water carrier as well. But she treats her staff appallingly. And one of the small but telling tests of political integrity is how public figures handle the perks of office when they are no longer in office. And this weekend, Angela Rayner, until recently Britain's Deputy Prime Minister, failed that test, I should have thought. She was photographed allowing her taxpayer-funded bodyguards and her £80,000 official BMW to help her partner, the former MP Sam Tarry, move boxes and bags between two seaside flats in Hove and Brighton. It sounds trivial, a couple changing address, but it speaks volumes about the culture of entitlement that corrodes public trust. Rayner resigned from Sir Keir Starmer's cabinet last month after admitting she had underpaid £40,000 in stamp duty on her £800,000 Hove flat. Despite stepping down, she was allowed to retain her security car and two close protection officers because police judged her to be at elevated risk. She's received abuse, threats, and even had misogynistic graffiti sprayed on her home. Yet photographs published in The Sun and the Mail on Sunday show these highly trained officers loading crates and luggage for Mr. Tarry, ferrying him in the official BMW. He's not an office holder. He faces no known threat. And the security was provided to keep a public figure safe, not to act as a removal firm for her partner. And some will shrug and say, so what? It was only a couple of boxes. But this is public money and, more importantly, public trust, and security officers are expensive. Their use is justified to guard against real danger, not to provide private convenience. When taxpayers see an £80,000 car and trained officers repurposed as porters, it confirms a damaging suspicion that politics is a club with privileges detached from the ordinary rules, particularly when we also see other people denied those security opportunities, those people who could otherwise be put to work making tea or ferrying bags around for Prince Harry or Nigel Farage. The parliamentary authorities rightly give protection when MPs are threatened, and in the current climate, with women in politics especially at risk, that's essential. But with that protection comes a duty to keep its scope narrow and its purpose clear. And if the line between security and domestic help blurs, the whole system becomes harder to defend. And the criticism has been sharp and bipartisan. John O'Connell of the Taxpayers Alliance has called for an inquiry. The Toby MP Ben Obase-Jekti has said the public would be appalled at such shameless behaviour. I am. Richard Tice of Reform UK called it an outrageous waste of taxpayers' money. Even Labour insiders are wincing, fearing the story revives the worst caricature of politicians, entitled "Careless with Other People's Money, Tone Deaf to Cost of Living Pressures." And Rayner's defence is that the move was security related. The officers judged it safer for her partner to shift some possessions under their eye rather than leave her vulnerable. But the images suggest something far more ordinary. Heavy bags, crates, and a short hop between Brighton flats. If this was truly a security task, why was Rayner not present? Why was her partner, not the principal, the one escorted and helped? This isn't just about Angela Rayner. It's about a wider complacency in politics. The idea that once you're entitled to protection or privilege, it becomes a lifestyle accessory. The same mindset fuels the expenses scandals, the VIP fast lanes, the quiet acceptance that rules bend for insiders. Each time it happens, faith in public service erodes a little more. And the irony is painful. Rayner built her political persona on being a working-class outsider who understood ordinary frustration with elites. Yet this episode shows exactly the behaviour voters resent, using publicly funded support for personal convenience and expecting no one to mind or no one to care or no one to notice. In fairness, no one wants to see politicians left unprotected in a dangerous climate. But protection is not a perk to be milked. It's a serious public obligation, and it must be kept separate from private errands. Angela Rayner's misstep may look minor, but in an age of deep scepticism about politics, such abuses speak loudly. The parliamentary authority should clarify the rules. Were no boundaries crossed? Fine. Then make the limits explicit. If they were crossed, there should be consequences. The public deserve to know that when they fund security, it protects lives, not house moves. Politicians cannot preach service while behaving as though taxpayers are there to serve them.